okay, well, I've lost control because, honey, my kids know what a whooping is. And if you don't whoop them, I feel like you lost control because the outside world is waiting on them. They waiting on them.
And this is the same thing I just said earlier with Lena, because Dana just said, I got hit plenty as a kid, and I turned out just fine.
Thank you.
And more disciplined. My mother is tough.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, I would say it like this. I got whooped. You know, I've been whooped. I've been with a lot of discipline in my life. But I still went down the juvie road. I'm getting in trouble, but I also learned from my mistakes and was like, juvie ain't for me, jail ain't for me, all that stuff.
Yeah,
so at the end of the day,
do y'all not feel like whooping a kid teaches them violence? Do y'all not feel like that? Like,
No.
No. Let me tell you, I'm gonna put it like this. If you sit up and you beat a kid, I mean, and then some parents whoop their kids for unnecessarily things that them kids don't even need to be whooped for. And I think that's crazy.
I will say this.
You whoop a kid because, they left a bowl in the sink.
See, that's what
you whoop a kid, they didn't put their sock on right.
That's not nothing
you whoop a kid because you go in the cabinet and it's a dirt. That's unnecessary.
Yeah, that's why I said
that's abuse.
When I just said what I said, that's why I'm like, kids shouldn't get whooped for that. I'm like, now when they doing stuff that they really deserve whoopings for, then yeah.
Right.
Like, when they running through your house and you steady telling them to sit down,
and then when they don't
get broke or something,
right,
you whoop their butt.
Then it's time to whoop.
But like if a kid just like you said, if they leave a ball in the sink, that's not no reason to whoop no kid.
No.
Somebody Jay said, I feel it makes kids have resentment towards their parents. I think it does too.
See, I whooped plenty of times as a kid. Now it don't make me feel tough.
But see, and then too, like we said, it's a difference between beating them and spanking them or teaching them or whatever the case may be.
We got whooped when we did wrong.
Right.
It wasn't just we was getting whooped for no reason. Like if we was repetitively told something not to do and we kept doing it, we got whooping for that.
Right.
When I got older, my mama couldn't whip me no more. She jacked me up.
Right.
She had the man.
And that's how I did. Y'all know that's how I did. I didn't beat my children. I whooped my boys when boys really got
not a lot, but a little
my
better.
Girls was never like that. If I spanked Lena and them, it was just for something that I told them not keep put. But my girls, they didn't like whooping, so I did not have to chastise my girls. I didn't have to do that with my girls.
So do y'all feel like it's a difference in raising boys and girls?
Yes, it's a totally different.
The punishment varies.
It definitely is. I feel like you gotta I feel like you more strict raising boys than you is girls.
And you have to be.
Make sure y'all like
you have to be.
I will say this: it is a time to be kidding. A time not to. No. I'm saying.
My mama tore my butt up.
Don't
and believe I learned to respect all of my elders, and I love her for that.
This person said kids need a spank in the ass sometime. I'm a teacher, and kids these days are not disciplined.
Yep.
Mia said,
and that's what I said. That's what I said.
These kids, I just think they forget about the mental trauma it causes years down the line.
There's a lot of kids that's been whooped, and it depends on how you've been treated. If your parents beat you and all of that kind of stuff, of course it's gonna cause trauma. It's going to.
I'm gonna say it.
But being a parent to just chastise your kids, trying to teach them right from wrong, I feel like
that's what we got whoopings for when we did wrong.
Trying to keep
like we just got beat on.
That's what I'm saying.
The whoopings we caused on ourselves because we was in the wrong.
I feel you. But I feel like I
feel like some parents ain't ready to be parents, and they don't realize that kids are gonna do things.
They're going
everything a child do. And
you
going
can't
back to
kid
the
for everything they do
like your kid gonna ask for Skittles. They supposed to want Skittles.
Cause
you wanna beat them.
Kid.
You know, don't you get in the store asking for nothing and this, that, and the third. Like I said, like sometimes I feel like a lot of us as parents, we not ready. We don't have the patience yet, for the kids. And I feel like that reflects in our parenting, and how we deal with the kids, because I feel like a lot of times they do get whipped or punished or whatever you want to call it.
But then you
normal things that kids do.
But you got the parents that don't discipline their kids for nothing they do, and send them kids around other people.
Yeah.
And when them other people get to discipline them kids, they want to feel some
Yep.
type of way.
Yep.
I've seen that too.
Yep.
I've seen that too.
But that's why I say you have
Definitely.
to teach your kids. If you're not disciplining them kids, you're not teaching those children. And that's why I say, honey, the
When I
outside
was
world
young-
waiting for them, and it ain't gonna be nothing good out there.
When I was young, all the discipline built great character in me.
It
I'm a
did.
better person because of instruction and discipline I was given. We was raised on yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir. I
Yep.
was raised old school and still old school.
That's
Exactly.
respect raising.
Like I said, I'm not against beating on no kids.
You mean
But-
you're not for beating kids?
I mean, yeah, I'm not for beating kids, but if your kid is in the wrong, I feel like when they at that age, like I said, I don't believe in whooping teenagers and stuff. I feel
Yeah.
like that's where
That's
you
too- it's
ground
too
them,
much.
like punishment and stuff. But little kids, like little toddlers and elementary
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ages and all that,
I'm sorry.
when they in the wrong, you whoop their butt
Yeah, you
because you teaching them discipline.
Teaching them discipline.
Because if you don't, they just gonna go through life thinking they can fuck up and nobody's gonna whoop their ass.
Exactly.
And then you also setting them up for failure because they're gonna go out there in the streets thinking that, and somebody gonna hand them, somebody gonna
But
put
that's
them
what
on
I'm
their
saying.
ass.
They either gonna end up in the graveyard or in a prison cell.
I will say this, at the end of the day, I've been through it with different things. I feel like my mom whooped me in different ways for being wrong, and I deserved
No,
it.
look,
And
see,
the
ain't
other
nobody
ways-
saying beat the kid.
No,
But when
I-
your kid is doing wrong, it's gotta be some type of
discipline.
consequence.
It's got to be.
Oh no, learn it how I was raised and got a whooping for everything.
Yeah.
That's
was
why I
crazy.
don't. That's why I
you don't whoop
don't.
your kids.
That's why I
Yeah,
don't.
I know. That's
I
why
can
you
yell
don't.
all day long,
Yeah.
24/7, but I do that before I put my
tell you
hands
one
on
But
it.
see, that's because y'all didn't get whooped. Y'all was
we
beat.
were beat.
Yeah,
You didn't
yeah,
get
Did I beat you?
absolutely, absolutely.
Did I beat you?
No, but that's
I
what
didn't
I'm
beat
just
them, but
saying.
I did whoop they behind. I would whoop my kids when they was wrong. But as far as that, people do that to their kids. They beat their kids. The kids can't do nothing but be Cinderellas around the house and all of that. They don't have no type of. You don't do no kid like that.
I feel you.
See, like I said,
But
people
see,
in the
it
comments
is-
keep on getting it misconfused because they keep saying beating a kid is wrong. I'm not
It's
saying that because
not.
I grew up getting
Beating.
whoopings. When,
Right, it's
when
a
we was in
difference
the
in
wrong, me and my siblings got whoopings.
Exactly.
And I didn't grow up
That's
growing
y'all
no type of
should.
resentment towards my mother, grandma, nothing, because I felt like they was doing what they had to do because we was in the wrong.
And look what type of person
They
you are
didn't,
today.
they didn't beat us. But
Right.
We got whoopings. We
Right.
definitely got whoopings.
Dude, I got beatings.
My kids got a
But
whooping.
like I
My
said,
kids got
too,
whooping.
like it's just like I
I
said,
don't think you got.
you know, I feel like kids nowadays ain't just like the kids that was coming up. It's
Didn't
a
think we
different
had the
time.
rest
It's
to
a
run away.
different day and age and this,
Hey,
that, and the
wait a
third.
minute.
But at
Let's
the
not
same
come to
token,
go see a girl.
I just feel like I
Exactly.
don't just allow my kids to, be disrespectful to grown
Somebody-
people or
hold on.
adults. I don't
Somebody
mind
said-
no grown person.
Somebody said
putting
whoopings
my
and beatings
child.
is the same thing.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're
A
not.
whooping lasts for about 30 seconds. Not even.
When
About-
you when you
When you
send out
beating a kid,
Right.
beating a kid is like where you leaving marks, bruises,
Right.
blood
Hey,
drawn.
this I'm so
Exactly.
glad
That's
you
Now
got
you
that.
going overboard.
you
That's
going,
beating.
that's too far.
I ain't seen you on the side
Switches,
of the minute, not
all of
with
that.
that.
cords,
No,
all of
I
that,
know you
that's
don't know
beating.
that.
Yeah, no,
That's a beating.
That's a beating.
Or waiting until
Yeah.
the kid gets out the tub and then whoop
Yeah, and that's child abuse.
Man.
That is
Or
child
whooping
abuse.
them in the tub.
And I'd never.
With a
I would,
extension
right,
cord.
I would never do that to them. I've
That's
never
abuse.
done
Or
to
simply,
kids like that.
or simply,
But it's been done to me. But I never did that to my
Exactly.
kids. I never did that
Somebody
to my kids.
said it's a difference between love whoopings and hate whoopings. I think people that beat kids resent them.
That is
No,
not true.
no. They don't resent
That's
the
not
kids.
true.
What they resent is the. What I'm saying is they resent the dads or the
That's
significant
your
other.
situation, Juan.
No, I'm saying-
that's your
I'm not saying
situation
that.
because they be different for
Yeah.
different people.
True.
See, Lee, that's what I'm saying. Like when you gotta keep repeating yourself to a kid and they not listening.
It's yeah. You
If
have
you
to
have
spank
to,
them.
if you didn't
It's time
repeating
to spank
yourself
them.
over 5 times and they still doing
We've
it,
been
you
on
gotta
YouTube.
spank.
Make
They
sure
got-
you
they gotta get a
go to
whooping.
the YouTube channel.
I have
just
seen
want
these
to
kids
know that
nowadays.
G Grady.
Seen them nowadays.
Tons of kind
Where the parent tell them to do something, they might turn around and say fuck you to the
Somebody
parents.
said.
And the
someone
parents don't
needs
do
to
nothing.
Explain the difference between a beating and a whooping. Abuse. People don't understand that there is a difference.
There
And that's why I
is.
said,
There's a difference in it.
like, maybe spanking your kids or whatever is, you know, a different term for it, because he said, that's why I said when he said when your kid's younger, I think you should whoop them. That's why I'm like, when they're younger, I think it's more of a spanking. You know,
but that's what I mean by it. Like, not saying
but
like
you got some people that really need that explanation.
Yeah, and they said, even God said children should be disciplined.
Yes, he did.
Sport a child.
That's
and that
right.
is in the Bible, but it's also in there that the parents shouldn't provoke the child either. That's in there because people take advantage of their authority too. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it comes in, where they was saying like, you shouldn't just for everything.
You can't whoop a kid for everything. That's crazy.
Thank you, Mia Boo.
That is. That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like different stuff like that. So
your sock is dirty. What is that dirt doing on your sock? That's crazy as hell. Or you come home from school and it's a dirty fork, or it was a fork in the dish thing dirty. So you come home to a whole thing of dirty dishes. I mean dishes that ain't even dirty, but you gotta read. That is abuse. I don't care what nobody.
There are other ways to correct discipline kids without putting your hands on them.
But what if you keep on talking? But what if you keep talking to them and they not listening?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, honey.
What you gonna do? Get the line ball? You gonna send them?
And I did what I wanted, how I felt like. You do your kid. You raise your kids how you feel like raising.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You raise your kids how you feel like, or what you think is right.
That's why I'm asking everybody.
Because parenting don't come with instructions.
Make sure y'all thumbs up the live as y'all come in.
Parenting don't come with instructions.
So is it okay for kids to talk back to their parents? Are adults even hitting their parents? Because I've seen kids that hit
me too
their parents, and the parents just say, "Go to your room. I'm gonna beat their ass."
Thank you.
No, I done seen parents that scared of their kids, that run from their kids.
Yeah, like Carter. Like not trying to be funny, but Carter got a smart ass mouth on him. I can tell Carter something, he gonna run his mouth to me. I don't whoop him or none of that.
I know.
But what do I do in that situation?
Yep.
Just let it be.
No.
So what do? You
do not. So you let him know that you're boss.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm gonna stand my ground and put my foot down.
I'm gonna tell you right now, when you do what the dude shit with
what you do in a situation when you got kids, and eventually over time, as you get older,
but why
don't think they can whoop your ass?
If you believe in that, why ain't you?
Whoop our ass. Yes. Yep.
But if you believe in that, then why ain't you?
You're darn right. And that's how I was with my entire. You know, I let my kids.
Yeah.
My kids.
If you believe in whooping a kid, then why don't you whip him to correct the kid?
Because I don't want to whoop him, because that's another situation where it becomes a conflict between me and the mother. No. Because she might be feeling some type of way about how I whoop him, and then it's
because
you know
I don't whoop him.
Because I don't whoop him, you saying?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Because I feel like you said,
you're here taking care of that kid.
Absolutely,
you're here taking care of him.
But like I said, I'm not saying I'm not saying that I'm opposed to, you know, spanking a kid or whatever, or correcting them or whatever. But it's a difference than beating a child. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But
that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying that to result in what people are saying, like when people like. It's other ways around it than spanking the kid. But when they doing that, what do you do? What are the other ways?
Right. Well, what did they say? You asked it up?
That's what I'm saying. That's what they said. It's other ways to it. But what is the other ways? If talking and spanking ain't working, what is the other ways?
Right. Well, have y'all looked at this thing where this was in Michigan, where this boy got a gun?
Right. What's going on?
Took that gun to school and killed them students.
Don't work for these kids, man.
Hold on. Killed them kids.
Well, you can take whatever.
Guess what? He in trouble for it.
Make sure y'all.
But the darn parents is also in trouble for it. Them parents is also in trouble for that boy killing them kids at that school.
We as parents have to stand firm.
We do.
And try not to be your child's friend.
Exactly. That friend stuff, that I never try to be.
Yep.
I'm not your friend. I'm your mother.
Yep.
They said whoopings made me angry and I was still bad as F. And I believe that. I believe it's true.
Because it's in the person themselves.
Yep.
It's in the person themselves. Because they don't want to do right. That's why. They don't want to do right.
But that's what I was saying, because you was saying you gotta do this and do that, and I'm like, when you did that to your child, did you see? You said, and I had to keep on. I beat they A, and I had to keep on beating they A. But that's what I'm saying. But what were you doing it for? Did it change them as a person? Did. Because
I bet you one damn thing. I bet you he won't run up against me. I bet you that. I bet you that. I bet any amount of money on that.
Okay.
That boy is a grown man, and I done gripped his ass up on the door at my house. Am I lying? Am I lying?
No.
Am I lying?
Who else?
I was not paying
Am I lying? He know. He wasn't even listening to you.
my oldest sister whooped her son, and he still gave her HELL. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like you should.
But I bet you one thing. I bet you he won't run up against his mama. I bet you that. I bet you he knows she ain't nobody to play with. I bet you that.
But
is that why you whip
these generations be so different, because you could do all that, but it don't be the kids. These kids, a lot of these kids be fucked up in the head because they be like, majority of these kids now in this generation is born fucking autistic. I've never seen so many autistic kids. I never heard of this shit until I was grown. Like, I've never heard of autistic kids when we was little.
Me either.
It's so many of them now.
But see, an autistic kid, then you can't be doing that with them because they don't understand.
That's what y'all did.
Nine times out of 10, that's majority of the kids.
And but the thing is, though, it was going on back then, but a lot of parents never took the time to think or see what was really going on with the kid. Because if you think about it, grown people now that go and get diagnosed to say, I'm this age and I have this disorder or autism or ADHD or whatever the case may be. It was parents whooping them back then, and they couldn't control what was going on in their brain. So what do you do in that situation?
It be so many kids to me.
Miss Juanita's daughter. You remember Didi, the A-line lady?
Like
Didi was I don't know what Didi. You could tell. Didi was messed up.
But I think like 8
Miss Juanita never treated that girl different than she did her irregular kids. If Dion did something, Dion got her butt whooped. Do you hear me? She would spank her behind. And Dion was like that. But Miss Juanita said, I have to get her ready for the outside world. She taught that girl how to catch buses, all of that kind of stuff. Because like Miss Juanita said, I won't be here always. Dion gonna have to fend for herself in this world. You don't shelter a kid either because they have these disabilities. Don't do that. And make them think that, oh, you got this.
You don't.
Because if they go out there and get in some trouble, them police and shit, they don't look past that shit. They don't give a damn about that.
Right. Okay. So you don't shelter them, but so if you constantly whooping your child and your child has autism or ADHD or whatever, because say for instance, you did that with your kids, so you steadily whooping them and they got this and it still ain't changing nothing. So you keep whooping them. And it
depends on what you're whooping them for.
Not only that, a lot of these kids, like if you feel disciplining them ain't working, then obviously it's not the kid. It's something in their head. It's something that they're not registering. They not comprehending what you telling them.
So what do you do then?
I don't know. You gotta seek help.
But I'm gonna tell you like this too, because I see it so many times now. With these parents, when they give their parents hell growing up, they become parents. They become parents, and whatever you did took your parent through, they gonna take you through 10 times worse than what you put your parents.
Yep.
So you can believe that.
Yep.
You can believe that.
Somebody said it's these young ass parents. That's the problem.
And I believe that. I believe that. Because a lot of them sit up. I see it a lot of times. These kids are little kids. Brains are still not fully developed. And yet letting the kid have a blunt in their mouth.
But
all that, come on now.
I swear to God, I swear, when we was kids, I never even knew what autistic was until I got grown. I've never heard of it. I never heard of an autistic kid, I knew about ADHD, but you barely heard about that. Yeah. Nowadays, that's all you hear with every kid. ADHD, autistic, ADHD. That's every damn
so
every
what do
other
you do
kid.
With a kid?
But just because they diagnose them with that, don't mean they got it either. Just because they diagnosis don't mean they got
need
it.
to be worked with, and then them the type of kids that people get, and parents don't know how to work with them because it's not the
You
kid.
really do
They don't
gotta have
realize that the
patience.
kid is actually messed up in the head, and they just study beating on them.
Yeah.
But the kid can't help it because they can't even function what's going on.
Yeah.
What?
A lot of these kids is born on drugs because the parents on drugs.
Yeah.
So a lot of them being born with problems. They can't function. They can't comprehend.
But see, them parents, they wrong because they know what they done did to this kid while they were inside of them. So why are you doing that instead of trying to get that kid some help? You got to sit back and realize, dang, I did this to my kid. I smoked that weed. I was drinking when I was carrying. So this might be a problem with them. So let me get them checked out because whooping them ain't helping. I did this to my kid.
She said, so to spin the topic, how do you feel about the new age discipline, gentle parenting?
I don't
feel like
agree
that's
with
why
it.
a lot of these
That's
kids
why a
fucked
lot
up.
of that's why a lot of them do that.
But I never seen the crime rate, bro. Every time you turn on the news or something,
It's them kids.
It's the kids, man.
Yep, it's them kids. It's the kids all the time. And I don't care what nobody say. It's because I don't care. Some people need some.
You're
them kids
right.
need some discipline.
To certain ages, they're saying it's only available to certain ages.
What are you on?
TikTok.
Really?
TikTok always doing.
I'm on TikTok too.
That's just me. That's my theory. I believe in spanking kids. Yes, I do.
Exactly.
But it's only
I'm not
depends
saying
on what they do.
parents on drugs is why the kids coming out like that. But a lot of these kids, I feel like them vaccines that they give them is what's messing them up.
It is.
You feel like what it is?
They said the kids need hugs and to know that to spend time with them and to tell them that you love them.
Of course.
You can do that with some kids, and they still gonna.
I mean, you can, but you still supposed
my
to do that with your
grandmother
kids.
always said, yeah, but Big Mama always said, you don't know what you're raising. And I believe her. You don't know.
Somebody said, you whoop them or the cops gonna whoop them.
Thank you, and they gonna kill them. Damn a whooping, they gonna kill them.
Mm-hmm.
The other parent's hatred towards the mother can affect a child's behavior too. Yeah.
I'm old school. I believe in chastising.
No,
But there's a way.
Chastising is different, though.
Huh?
Chastising is different, like than whooping and all of that. That's all different. So y'all gotta be specific, because when you say that chastising, disciplining, whipping, punishing, all of that stuff is all different.
Okay, so if
somebody said kids gonna do what they want to do, no matter how they raise.
Exactly.
And then I feel like this generation, these kids do what they want to do.
But I'm gonna tell you another thing. Yeah, they right. They gonna do what they want to do. But the parent don't make it no better when they not trying to have discipline with these children. Mm-hmm. That you're setting them up for failure in life. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
These kids, some of them walk around here thinking they run in the house and no, baby, you ain't paying no bills. You ain't running nothing but your mouth. So if you don't want it to be bloody, I suggest you close it.
Somebody said, how you raise your kids plays a big part on how they are received by others.
Y'all make sure y'all.
Yeah, and that makes you feel good when the school can contact you and tell you that
Black parents are too hard on.
I don't think they're hard enough.
Child.
Some of them ain't hard enough. And I ain't saying you gotta whoop your kid for everything they do. You're not supposed to whoop a kid for everything they do.
The parents aren't being parents; they're acting like peers.
Yeah. When you sitting up getting high with your kids and all that kind of stuff, and they teenagers and all that, what do you think they gonna do? And another thing you gotta realize too, like me, I used to smoke weed. I used to get high, but I never did it in front of my kids. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it.
Yeah, I believe a lot of these parents.
We having a debate
because being around street life, I've seen so many young kids 12, 13, 14, certain guns all time. Like it's
Right.
like what the fuck is y'all parents at, bro? This
Right.
be crazy.
Right.
I've seen little kids out here toting guns and everything. Like it be crazy.
That's because a lot of them got parents where they parents is already young, but they like to run the streets and everything too.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they raising themselves along with the parents being their friends.
And then a lot of, especially, you know, in the Black community, our young kids don't have no positive, you know, role models.
Yep. They don't have none for real.
So,
none.
The rap
except
game
for the
and all
ones
of
that's in the streets.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's what they're seeing, and that's
Somebody
what they
just
think
said
is
that.
cool.
Somebody said it'd be the music too.
Oh, that's what I just said.
Yep.
Yeah.
But see, them people making money.
But that's who actually raising the kids. Social media.
Yeah.
Because these kids doing what they see these rappers do. They doing what they see R&B singers and shit do. That they doing that.
And
They
some
doing
of
what
that
they
stuff
see on
these
TV
kids
and think
shouldn't
that
be
shit
watching,
cool.
like I said. They shouldn't even be watching, shouldn't even be listening to.
Key Millions.
They really shouldn't.
Music, video games, and YouTube
Yep.
are raising these kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Better we discipline our own than allow the system to destroy them.
Thank
you.
Is
Thank
the truth.
you.
I love
Oh,
her.
they sure will. I'd rather raise mine than to bury mine. I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
She said, raise them.
I'd rather raise them than to bury them.
And I feel like that's what's wrong with this generation. Social media is so advanced because we definitely didn't have this shit growing up.
Mm-hmm.
We actually had to get out and
social
network.
media too young and follow bad people. They're getting raised by Lil Durk and Krishan.
Yep.
Yeah.
And thinking that's who they supposed to look up to.
They said the teachers really be quitting because of these grown disrespectful
That's a kid.
Yeah, but you got
that just said she's starting to hate being a teacher.
But see, me being up at King's School,
I couldn't do it.
them teachers that's up at that school, we never had, and not being racist or none of that, but we never seen teachers that sometimes dress how they do, don't know if they're a female or a male, and then you got some that's in there teaching the kids. You know, when I did popcorn, and I'm hearing them ski.
Bro, we used to be outside.
The teacher got the kids going off the song.
Thugging, having so much fun.
Come on.
Hoping that the street lights didn't come on. These kids nowadays be in the house on the phone.
Teachers be afraid of them.
Yep, they are.
Be afraid of trying to be their friend. They get too comfortable with them teachers and all of that
It's so
too.
crazy because I feel bad for the teachers because at the end of the day, they there to teach. And they trying to teach kids that's being disrespectful to them. And they don't want to raise up on the kids because the parents gonna come up there and do the same shit the kids doing.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
And see, I ain't never been that type of parent.
I don't uphold you that type of grandparent. Because you turns up when them kids come saying them teachers doing stuff to them. Yes, you do.
What do? I call that school.
What?
I will call that school. Yes, I will. And I will. Yes, I do. So the last time when I talked to that teacher,
what about
the other day? The other day, what?
No. You said you don't even give a person a chance to explain themselves on what happened.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the other day when Homie came in here telling you I was being disrespectful and everything and yelling at them. But what did Rob come and do?
Yeah.
But let me tell you.
No. But time out. You don't give it enough time to hear both sides of the story.
Because for one, you lie a lot. You pick at those kids a lot.
He was still right.
Okay. So if you lie a lot and you pick a lot, what you think somebody gonna believe? Even if you're right.
Yeah, but he was.
Even if you're right. Rob had to come and tell me that. No, Miss Kim, they was wrong. I said, okay, Rob.
That's kids playing on you.
I said, okay,
they
Rob.
know that you're going to
turn
up and do
that. I'm
not.
Nigga, don't sit there because y'all know I'm not that type of person. If my kids is wrong, I'm going to tell my damn kids they wrong.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to tell y'all.
You tell your kids they're wrong.
You don't do that with them grandkids. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What grandkids I don't tell they wrong when they wrong? Name one. Name them. Go start naming them.
All right, new subject. Do y'all think?
No, let her name the kids that I don't tell you they wrong.
Their grandkids better than their kids.
I do, and I ain't gonna lie about it. Yeah, I do.
You do.
I sure do.
We having a debate. Should kids?
I ain't gonna lie about that. Yeah, I do.
Get
Treat my
whoopings or
grandkids
shouldn't
better
they?
than do my kids. Yeah, I sure do.
Somebody said grandkids got it good.
But these grandkids can get away with murder.
Kids will lie to their parents. And
But
the
we
parents
wasn't
come up
that.
to the
These
school
grandkids are
hollering.
worse than all.
You hear me, baby? Somebody said, I'm a teacher and kids will lie to their parents and the parents come up to the school hollering.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Was I wrong for trying to protect Naya from the girl that was being a bully and bullying
you
her?
want to bring that situation.
What was I wrong for that?
Talking about that, Ma. We are.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at her now. She ain't talking about that.
But do y'all believe
I know what I'm saying.
Girl, bye.
I understand.
Because Demona come here saying this teacher did this, that, and the third. Oh, I know they didn't, and she calling up there and stuff or whatever, and they
debate.
Joshua
We
did
having
this,
a
that, and the
debate.
third, and blah blah blah.
And I'll be like,
should kids get whoopings or
No,
not?
I don't. You're lying. You're lying. Because after they tell me, I don't call up there. I say, Joshua said this, what, explain to them what happened. And they'll tell me, no, that's not what it was.
Always have, honey. We're having a debate. Because you're having a open discussion with somebody and you're talking loud, she talks loud. That was inherited. That don't mean I'm disrespecting her because I'm talking loud. Have I ever disrespected you?
No, because I don't play that.
I don't disrespect her because I talk loud or because I don't agree with what she's saying.
You don't have to
mean that I'm disrespecting her.
You don't have to because you have your own opinion.
Y'all all went off to that because I am talking loud, getting my point across like she talks loud. We inherited that. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean I'm disrespecting her because I don't disrespect her.
No.
I don't have to agree with what she said. I'm grown. I can have my own opinion.
What's that saying? It's time to instigate. Nobody perfect but them people in your comments. Them the only people perfect. Let them tell it.
Yeah.
Let me help you, baby.
What happened?
If y'all do, please hit that subscribe button.
What you do? You got rid of them? Huh, Lena?
Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up and that bell.
People have their own opinion. She can have her opinion.
Yeah, she talking about some whatever, girl, bye. I'm unsubscribing. Okay, girl, bye. Let me help you. Let me block you so you don't have to see this.
They said Juan get a little loud at times, and that's Juan every day, all day. Juan can't even talk regular.
Shut up.
Even when Juan holding a basic conversation, he loud.
No, you don't do that, but her grandson does. Her grandson does what?
I mean, shoot. What is it?
You just talk on.
No. What is it?
What happened?
We just loud. No harm, no foul, and that's just what it is.
Right. What it's called.
But y'all gotta remember, man, ain't nobody perfect but them people.
Hey, boo.
Right.
A factor of my environment. Our family, yes.
Y'all
probably.
But
you don't have to. People have their own opinion.
Right.
And that's not being.
This is a debate. We having a debate, y'all. It's a debate.
Huh?
This is a debate.
Just because we talk
Who said
loud or whatever, this whole family is like that. That don't mean I'm being disrespectful.
Yeah, you can.
Me and my family loud. Some people don't understand that.
That don't
absolutely not.
But y'all have your own opinions too.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Yes, they are.
Doesn't mean it's fact.
Just because
and it doesn't mean
Kara,
it's wrong.
that is like that's probably about 95% true.
Older than everybody, that don't mean everybody has to agree with that.
Oh, they said pass the popcorn.
No, and because that's right.
Older,
I can be wrong too.
We the way that she parented us. I don't have to parent my kids.
No, you don't.
No.
You parent your kids the way you want to.
I'm not.
At the end of the day, we all humans. God made us to have our own mind and our own
I
opinions.
love you, Jazz.
And people gonna parent the way they want to parent, and there's no wrong or right way of parenting. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people gonna talk
I don't have to say I agree with what she's saying because she did it like this.
Right.
You know, and I'm doing
maybe that's not the way you want to do it. People raise their kids like
everybody
I said,
ain't the same.
Definitely. Somebody said, y'all know what disrespect is. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
It's how you say it.
Absolutely.
They're talking about some y'all pass the popcorn.
I can't. So basically, like we said, this whole debate was,
Thank you, Cheese. Thank you.
Should you punish your kids?
And everybody,
you want attention, baby. Thank you.
Everybody
Thank you,
got their
love.
own opinion about doing what that,
Even the people in the comments, like, and it be so crazy because a lot of people in the comments be trying to force their opinion so hard.
Miss Kim, do you feel the same way when your grandbabies was getting whoopings, or did you try to shield them?
No, I did not try to shield them. Cool. No, if they were doing wrong and their parents whooped their ass, I'm not gonna say nothing. Long as they ain't beating them, abusing them, breaking bones or nothing, then no, I'm not gonna say nothing because that's your kid. Mm-hmm. That's your parenting skills. I'm not gonna do that.
Being black is already hard on us, so sometimes we need to let them know you cannot continue to stay away from. Continue to stray away.
Please hit that subscribe button if y'all new.
From a lot of opportunities.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and the bell.
The older generations hold on to the notion that they know best, or also best. I think.
Hi, Michaela.
Also the same people who have ruined this country. LOL.
What?
Good night, Cynthia. We love you.
What they say?
Parents need to stop trying to be their kids' friends.
Facts.
Yep.
That's the problem. That's one of the problems.
He said I'll fit right in.
I'm sorry,
that's one of the problems, trying to be your friends instead of being
over here on TikTok. So forgive me. Hey, Kim. Thank you, Ariana. You said exactly that's the problem.
Thank you, Gigi.
But I mean, we can also agree to disagree.
Everybody do, honey. Everybody
like I said,
do raise them differently. We all have our
own opinions. We all have our own ways of raising. And everybody got their reasons behind it, why they do what they do, or why they don't do what they do. And
pancakes and waffles.
That's what it is. At the end of the day, I don't believe in just letting no kid just run wild and run free or whatever. But I don't agree with beating a kid either. So it's just, you know what I mean? There you have it. I don't know. The Bible says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." And your mom is right. Absolutely, the Bible says that, but the Bible also says that you shouldn't provoke the child either. But what does spare the rod, spoil the child mean? What does that mean?
Thank you, Gigi, because I'm so confused.
When they wrong, you're supposed to get them right. If that means spanking their behinds when they
McDonald's probably had that remix again. That tropical remix. Oh my goodness. That's that hit the back of your throat.
I do believe in tough love, absolutely. But where did it say too that you have to whip them? Because
where did it say you don't have to?
Absolutely. That's my whole point. But because you don't, people make it like you're wrong. Spare the rod, spoil the child can mean punish them. It don't have to mean whip them either. It's
like I said, they're gonna parent their kids how they want to, and exactly. I don't feel like what I feel is wrong is when you're abusing a child. Now I don't agree with
somebody
that.
Somebody said spare the rod, spoil the child means if you let them get away with too much, they be spoiled.
And
damn, they got quiet.
Like I said, I don't agree with you beating a kid, just beating a kid for everything they do, for stupid stuff. I don't agree with that. But if a kid is at school and you send them to school to get an education, and that teacher calls you and tells you that your kid is being
what are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
Class. They can't teach. They can't teach.
Let me understand before I say something.
They can't teach because your kid is interrupting and doing all that. I've had that call before, and guess what? Guess what? I beat my son ass.
Calm down.
And he got right. Mm-hmm. Then the teacher gonna call me talking about, well, I mean, it wasn't Melvin, but now he's got the other kids doing it. I suggest you call it. I done stopped him.
Somebody said, man, who finna keep repeating themselves? I'm gonna show you.
Exactly. I know that. Yeah.
Do you think it's okay for a kid to respect a grown-up if they disrespect them?
Yes, because that's what you got a parent for.
Yep.
You let that parent take
it.
You go home and you tell that parent and you let them take care of it.
Yep.
Because I always told mine, even if a grown-up get wrong with you, you don't step in no grown-up place.
Gigi, they is. Like, what the heck going on?
I'm down, lady.
I don't like that disrespect.
But they can come at me. I'm with it. Maybe that'll make me feel better. I'm with it.
The same generation that did that also allowed the husband to discipline the wife.
Huh?
That sounds like somebody that's goofy.
Huh?
I can't.
Well, I didn't hear what they said.
They quoting old school.
No one has the right to quote the Bible after they say it's okay to
get them,
hurt
GD.
the kids. The same generation that did that also allowed the husband to discipline the wife.
I don't know who they're talking. I don't know what they're talking about.
Elaborate on that a little bit.
Who said that?
I'm just telling you.
That's somebody who didn't get whoopings, obviously.
So what are they trying to say?
They trying to say
thank y'all.
You shouldn't be preaching what you preaching because you talking about hurting kids.
First of all, I ain't talking about hurting no kids. And second of all, I ain't never been beat on. So get it right.
They wanted to move.
By a man, you saying, right? Because you just said you was.
I ain't never been. Your daddy ain't never beat on me. First of all, I ain't gonna allow no motherfucker to beat on me.
Weird people, baby. Weird people.
Uh-oh.
I ain't gonna allow no damn body to sit up and beat on me.
Thank you, Kim.
Yeah, some people, they just, that person, I feel like just wants some attention.
Yeah, it's quite a few people on here that's searching for attention right now.
I still whoop my kids with that when I was having kids.
Thank you, Miss Tiffany.
I've seen police officers that told parents that they should have whooped the kids' ass.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, some of these kids do. They need to.
Thank you, Wanda Moon.
Is that it for today?
Because some of them think that, they can just do what the hell they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, Nia. Definitely.
Well,
she said she think it just got worse these days because parents will publicize whooping on video or live, and that you do got a lot of that nowadays. Kids think they want to go on live. Parents want to go on live to whoop their kids, thinking they proving a point, but you're really only humiliating.
Y'all some goofballs. There's a lot of goofballs on here right now.
What are they saying?
I whooped mine and they are great grown-ups.
Honey, I whooped mine. I still got one that's out of control. But he don't fuck with me.
It's late.
You know. His mama, mama ain't playing with a full deck like he ain't. Yep, sure ain't.
Yeah.
She said, I'm talking about in the old days how the parents did, not just small spankings. The Bible also condones slavery, so it's not the book for use for morals.
When did the Bible ever condone slavery?
Don't agree. They talking about where it say master and different stuff like that, but that's I feel like you gotta know the interpretation and all of that. That's just my opinion.
If they was talking about master and
get on that conversation.
What is it? Cleave to the husband.
She don't call that Bible. I said nothing about her calling no husband master.
I said cleave.
I know that, but
yeah, I said if they're talking about how the wife is supposed to cleave to the husband.
What does that mean?
Wait,
cleave like
Hillary.
When it says
well, if she beat him, I feel like that.
When the Bible says a man will leave a woman will leave.
Gigi, I'm trying to feel better.
You hear me, baby?
I'm trying.
Somebody said I know a grown man who blames his mother's beatings on how messed up he is today. If he was beat.
That's if he was beat. That's if he was beat. Because there's a difference, like I said. If he done been in the hospital with broken bones, his skin done been tore all open, and all of that, then yeah, that's a beating. If he done had broken bone, been thrown downstairs and all that, that's abuse. But a regular ass whooping, no.
Okay, do you feel like the kid should be able to disarm the parent?
I know, Kenny, I'm reading from my youth.
So what do y'all, if y'all whoop a kid, if y'all whoop them, would it be a whooping with a belt, a spoon, or what do y'all think a whooping is?
So
that's why I said
including
you gotta define. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question actually. Should I, if you a teenager, right? Should you be able if your mom or dad is trying to whoop you for no apparent reason, take the belt away and disarm them.
It's a debate. Should kids get
now I'm gonna
weapons
put
or
the belt
not?
down and I'm gonna use my goddamn
Should
fist.
you discipline your child?
How is that
Now you're being disrespectful.
You don't deserve it though.
What happened?
Now you're being
What if you don't
The
deserve
crazy
it?
part is she following me. Talking about some you could, cause I was saying something about Hillary. She said something about everybody in the house needs Social Security checks. I said your household need them too. She said you can call me Hillary. Y'all need to delete your accounts. I'm like, okay, you follow me.
You own out, yeah.
All you had to do was delete me and block me.
What you mean?
If you don't like the shit that I post or the content that I post, delete me or block me.
Why the fuck are you following?
They like it here.
Yeah, why the fuck are you following?
Don't even get off into it because they love it here. So in a sense, your man can just smack you when you're out of line. As long as he doesn't beat you, it's okay. LOL. Because during your marriage, you vowed to be submissive, right? LOL.
Who is talking about
Exactly, Wanda.
Who's saying that?
You must be talking to somebody like Juan or something.
Shut up.
Who was that, Lena? Who said that?
I don't get that.
I don't know. Somebody on there comment. That's the one that said something about you can't quote the Bible.
We're just having a debate.
Maybe
So is that what's
We're
happening
having
to her?
a
Is that
debate.
what she's trying to say?
It's a debate.
Maybe she's atheist. You know.
Is that what
Should you
she's trying
punish
to
your
say?
kids?
I don't know, girl.
That's what's happening to you?
Do you think kids should get whoopings or not?
You just said that as long as I don't beat them, I can spank them.
That person, I don't even want to talk to.
That's somebody trying to play with your intelligence.
Yeah, and honey, they
I've
won't.
seen parents go too far when whipping their children. I've literally seen a parent black out and whoop a child like it was a person on the street.
Well, that's not a whooping. That's abuse. That's a beating.
Somebody said, what does a child have to do to warrant a whooping?
Thank you.
Question mark.
To what?
To want a whooping?
So you mean to tell me,
like, want a whooping? Will get a ask for a whooping.
So if they steal something from a store or something, y'all don't think that's cause for to be spanked when you're little? To teach you that that's wrong, that you're not supposed to steal.
We're just having a debate. We're having a debate right now. Should kids get whoopings or not? Should they be punished or not?
So what about? Hold on. Nobody should hit nobody. So how the hell are you supposed to raise? I don't get it. Because like I was always.
Somebody said me personally, I couldn't whoop a kid because I would feel horrible.
We all feel horrible, even when we gotta whoop them.
Exactly.
I feel horrible when I gotta whoop kids and when they ain't wrong, but shit. That's a parent's instinct.
Either you gonna feel okay, so you gonna go through life feeling horrible.
As you should have, Wanda.
These kids nowadays that's being born in this world nowadays, don't whoop their ass. Let them get up there and get to be teenagers. Let them go ahead and be teenagers.
Yep, because soon as they hit that 13, that 14, and 15, honey, they gonna run you.
Exactly. I want to see that.
No, you can't go outside today. What?
Right.
Yeah, okay. Some of these people probably ain't even got kids that don't even know.
Baby, the way my grandma used to make us pull a switch off the tree.
You must be from down south.
No, we ain't from down south.
A lot of these parents,
we got them like that.
The stuff a lot of these people say in these comments, man. A lot of these people, if they had kids, they'd be the main ones crying when they send their kids out there in the world and the police kill them or something.
Right?
Parents take the childhood trauma out on the kids they laid down and had.
We can't speak for that. We don't know. We don't know what another person is thinking when they discipline their kids. We don't know.
They're just
you as a kid, do you get whoopings?
Like that's what some of them do. Like, is that
maybe some of them do?
Why?
I mean, I don't know, but maybe some of them do. But
in the Bible, it says, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." Right? But what does that mean, Antoinette? What does that mean?
Anybody can, but majority of the people that you hear about nowadays being killed by the police is these.
Exactly, it is a way to spank them. It is.
Yep.
They said, "Baby, all these kid boys around here, you know they ain't getting no whoopings."
But
they're gonna be the same ones.
But it's so crazy
crying
because
over a casket.
I guarantee you, the crime rate, and it don't matter where you go, the crime rate in any city right now, I guarantee you, majority of the crime rate is teenagers. It's kids, man. I guarantee you.
Hold on, I have to. Somebody said, hold on, I'm sorry.
Well, get off if you don't care what we're talking about.
Getting a whooping just
Hello,
made me
come
distant
on.
at an early age, and it made me become very closed off.
They did what?
You're weird.
I've been to jail so many times for whooping my child and gonna keep going till he gets it right. Somebody said getting a whooping just made me distant at a young age, and it made me become very closed off.
They said, I'm glad I was spanked to help me to be a better person.
For no reason.
Do you believe aunts, uncles, grandmas, etc. should be able to
Alicia,
whoop the
nobody
kids
over here
if they're
definitely
out of
said hitting the
line?
kid is the only way of discipline. I said when I feel like you should whoop a kid when it's necessary.
When it's necessary.
I didn't say you just automatically whoop a
Thank
kid.
you, Gigi.
I never said
Thank
that.
you, Mo.
You can't whoop a kid for anything. Everything they do, you kill
I'm
them.
behind you, whatever you do.
Oh yeah, we getting up there. Okay, we need 80 more.
It's definitely better ways to go about things, but this generation, it's hard to go about that shit because these kids do something different, man.
Even back in my kids' era, with me raising them, my grandmother said there's always gonna be one out the bunch that's gonna give you hell, but she didn't lie.
Your opinion, you saying?
It's always gonna be one out that bunch that's gonna give you hell, and she didn't lie.
We already know who gave you.
But I tell you one thing, honey, and he a grown man now, but I bet you can't tell him to buck up against me.
I can't.
I bet you.
Well, keep getting scarred.
Oh, okay, Anthony. That's what I was saying, and I just feel like
I ain't no joke.
I feel like we all got our own opinions. You know what I mean? And I feel like we all take our own whatever in that. So when you say you don't whoop your kid, people will say the Bible says spare the rod, spoil the child, but it don't say in there that you have to whoop them either. So I like I said, disciplining them could be anything, you know, but I'm just saying, like, people will say that and be quick to quote that, but it don't say that you have to whoop them either. But I feel like you do supposed to discipline a child. So,
but sometimes I feel like sometimes discipline don't work either, because sometimes well, I ain't gonna say sometimes this generation of kids, they really don't give a fuck. Like, you can take shit from them and everything, you can put them on punishment, they don't give a fuck. They gonna still do what the hell they do. That punishment shit don't work sometimes. They
That's
don't give a fuck.
Punishment. You can punish them and it still doesn't work.
I definitely believe in tough love, though, y'all. So,
yeah, it wouldn't be whooping them for no reason, because kids gonna just do stuff.
Kids gonna be kids, and you can't stop them from being kids.
That's a fact.
But me myself, one thing I'm not gonna tolerate with mine is that talking back and being smart mouthed and stuff. I'm taking care of you. You ain't doing. Mm-hmm. That's what you not gonna do under my roof.
Mm-hmm. Hey, we know you got your hair flying.
Don't do me. Don't do me.
The hair just bouncing.
Don't do me, honey. Y'all just love my hair. That's what it is. That's why they always talking about it, girl. Girl. Now who's just paying attention to it like that?
Just call you little bobblehead. Your name little bobblehead or something.
You know what? You gonna leave me alone.
They said punishment and taking away to me don't work.
That shit though, I tried that with Mel. That shit don't.
Punishment shit don't work all the time.
Doesn't work either. You just
hell no. I tried it all.
So
okay, I beat his ass and I punished him.
You think
they said yes, they should spank a child. You shouldn't spank a child for everything, but we have to teach them to help them to understand different ways to discipline. Some parents just straight out abuse.
That's what I'm saying. That you don't. That right there, I don't agree with.
They know more than you do.
Yep.
They swear they got it figured out.
The kids know. Yeah, they think they know more than you.
Whoopings.
Black alien. I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't have no mental effect on me as a child. It kept me from doing certain things because I was scared my mom would. Every kid is different though. What may work for one may not
work for another. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. That is true.
Somebody said you have to put some fear in it.
Yeah, you gotta let them know who the boss is. If you don't, they gonna think you the boss.
You don't mind?
Hold on. Sometimes I feel like you can put too much fear in a kid.
Yeah, you can. You can.
You gotta know your limits to that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes you can put too much fear in a kid to where they don't even feel safe talking to you.
Yeah.
Because they so scared of you.
You put too much fear, God.
Yeah.
What up, Quinta?
Yeah. That's true. You should never have your kid afraid to come to you and talk to you about nothing.
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't want my kids to be scared of me, but they definitely don't respect me.
Exactly.
Absolutely, and I just feel like it's a medium to everything in life. You know what I mean? I feel like it's a medium to everything.
Coco, and that's what I was saying. Like, Coco said, this is the perfect explanation of what I was saying. It said, put fear in them early. All my mom had to do was look at me. And that's basically what I was saying.
Yeah.
When you catch them when they young and do that, you won't have to worry about it when they get teenagers.
Yeah.
Because when you put that foot down early, they know not to play with you when they get older.
They do.
Miss Kim looking like a young teenager.
I used to do that. I used to do that with my kids. I didn't have to. I take them somewhere and they knew. I give them that look, honey. They knew
That's
what
how
time
my
it
mama
was.
man. When my mama looked at us and cocked that mouth up like, oh, we knew to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, honey. I just look at mine and, honey, yeah, they knew. They knew what time it was. This lady ain't playing. We better, yeah. Right. And that's what needs to be back.
It's at the end, y'all. My show is on.
But I'm telling y'all now, these kids are run and tell all the business in the houses. They will. They'll run and tell all the business in the houses. Honey, my kids would go with my sister came and picked them up one day. And they all four of them got in the car. And she said, when y'all mama get her check? She said the whole car got quiet. Yeah, my kids know you don't tell what goes on in this house.
Why you talk like that? Like you was talking to the kids and
there you go. Don't tell my business. She talking about, boy, them kids got so, my car got so quiet. It's darn right, honey. Don't know. If I want somebody to know what's going on in here, I will tell them.
I agree, Tasia. Absolutely. Thank y'all so much.
These kids are gonna tell everything, honey. Go all to the schools and tell them.
Hip-hop.
They said you can beat your kids with stern words.
And that one thing about me, I've never been the type that cuss my kids out.
Mattel said the government don't want us to raise our kids no more. Yeah, and look, you see, ain't no kids in here. She said we couldn't sit around when grown folks was in the living room. And I'm so big on that. I don't like kids sitting around grown ups when they talk. I'm big on that.
So I ain't gonna say I'm big on it because my kids definitely.
I didn't let y'all do it.
Because we couldn't do it.
Not right.
When the dogs was in the house talking, we had to be outside ducking.
Or they used to say it on my mouth.
I didn't let them do it.
But I do agree with that. I don't think that kids should be sitting, in grown people's discussions or whatever.
They should.
So y'all do be right on that, and that's like I said, I ain't no perfect parent, but because my kids definitely didn't set in conversations that they should not have set in on. So absolutely.
Exactly, Maya.
Sorry, 8:15.
Okay, y'all.
Thank you, Gigi.
Do y'all think that after your child reaches middle school that the whooping should stop?
Yeah.
I said that.
There should be a different approach.
That's what I said. I feel like you shouldn't whoop kids when they turn teenagers. I feel like they should get punishment.
Yeah, they should.
As a teenager, I feel like they too old to be getting whooped.
And I don't know. Booby gave it.
Unless your kid take it to the point to where you gotta
Gigi, Lena,
but that's if they
Lena computer went dead.
If they trying to buck up and fight you and stuff, then it's time. It's time.
Oh yeah, because I didn't have teenagers that didn't.
Yeah, you got to. You got to.
Hold on, player. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Let you know what.
Bring you back down the road.
Remember who's born.
Yeah, you got.
You got some kids that just because they get taller than you, they look down on you.
They can whoop your ass.
You do have to take a different approach.
And you know what? All mine taller than me, so you know me. I ain't gonna hold you up, baby. I'm gonna let you know. I don't give a fuck how short I am. I'm mama, and that's what you gonna respect.
All my kids be trying to size me up. You gonna respect I'm right here. That don't mean nothing.
Phil used to do that with
that don't mean nothing.
Oh, you trying to size me up? They didn't have to try to size me up, because I'm already short. But honey, I let them know, honey.
Well, Josh got that.
Yeah, you was short, and now you're
short ass woman.
Well, Josh stay coming up.
Yeah, it went dead.
I'm right here. Okay, what you telling me that for?
Right.
Because what that supposed to be?
Supposed to mean?
You short?
And then let them know. The bigger you are, the harder your ass will fall.
No, I don't know, Case.
What did Booby do with my
I don't know, babe. Didn't know you had no ring.
Man,
Oh, nigga, let me get some barbecue.
I can't even
Where my boy Big
Hey,
Boy? I
love.
ain't been seeing him.
I ain't seen him either.
Hopefully he alright. I'm alright.
That is calling my name.
What?
My bad is calling my name.
Oh, your bed.
Yeah.
Booby!
Oh, we pray, love.
I think she left. Yeah, she
Your
did.
pet.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear her leave. I didn't hear my baby leave.
Well, what did he do?
One, did everybody from YouTube come over there?
No, it's only on 84, 86.
They probably gonna start coming in.
Miss Tiffany Lena computer went dead.
Nakia, I appreciate you so much, baby.
Why?
Huh?
Why you say that? What you eating?
Even though you didn't feel good, you still
I'm
came up.
hungry. I'm hungry too.
That boy done yawned about 7 times. Boy, it's time for you to get on up out of here.
Well, I gotta go pick up.
Because he don't never sit still.
What time pick it off?
Nine.
Oh, she
Thank
got
you,
it now?
Gigi.
And I'm been sitting still.
Honey, I gotta watch what you call
I
it.
dropped her off, went home, chilled for a minute, waited until my mentor get over. TD texted me. I went and got shaved very quick. Came in.
You went and got shaved.
I mean, I went to the barbershop.
Yeah,
What you get cut?
Potatoes is salty, baby.
What did you
What
get
is
cut?
My face.
You hear me now?
My facial
Huh?
hair.
Them potatoes
I don't
is
see nothing
salty,
I got
baby.
lined up.
Man, Lena, girl, I took a spoon up and got the gagging because
Why? Too
I
much
was
salt?
thinking I had forgot to put some season salt on it, but I did put it on there. So would I put more?
What did you?
When I
Honey,
tried
it
that chicken
tasted like a
yesterday,
box of
I
salt.
thought it was gonna be too salty too, but the chicken it turned out good.
Yeah, I wanted some biscuits and rice.
And I had that. Let me tell you, girl. They try to talk about my rice because you know I don't make it because I don't know how to cook because I never made it.
Mm-hmm.
I read the instructions. I was supposed to boil the water first and then put the rice in. Tasha, I'm so used to putting the rice in it. Girl, I put the rice in and put it on the stove. I was like,
Oh yeah, I'm seeing. I
but
didn't want that kind of rice.
No, it turned out so good.
T appreciate it.
It turned out so good.
Someone said, "Mama, I love you, videos."
Boy, tuck your stomach in. I don't even want
Who
to see
love your
that.
videos?
Yours.
Oh,
You talking about that time snack?
Thank you, Mia. I love you too, boo.
Peace on earth.
Earth or Earths?
Peace on earth.
You said Earths.
Earth.
You put an S on it.
Shut up.
yeah, them potatoes that I'm smelling. Girl, y'all better not eat some potatoes like that. They're gonna shoot that blood pressure so high.
And more people coming over.
I know everybody. Hi, Tequila boo. Everybody keep telling me to get a rice cooker.
Huh?
Me, definitely, but I've been.
A rice
I
cooker?
watched that
Is
intro
it
about
85?
200
Yeah, because you know I don't know how to cook rice. That's why I don't eat it because I don't know how to make it.
Oh, that rice.
And
is
if I
so
do, I
good,
only make a
Tasha.
little bit for me, so I don't have nobody
Tasha,
talking
was
about
so
it.
Good.
Tell her they still on YouTube.
I know how to cook rice.
Who was that, Mia?
No, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Hooked on fire.
Tell them my computer died.
Yeah, God helping me feel better.
What?
I said hooked on fire.
What does that mean?
I know, Wanda, because I sure haven't been, man. I ain't
Right.
been feeling like doing nothing. I've been sleeping mostly.
Girl, you better not
Well,
be sitting
reading
over here
names
about me.
ain't easy.
I am.
Oh my God, and touching my cover.
So, peace on earth.
Tasha, if I get sick, I'm gonna walk down to your house.
Girl, your kids the one got me sick.
Definitely, me.
How did my kids get you sick?
I want to know that too. Man, I ain't even been able to smoke.
So
I can't smoke because it mess with my nose already stuffy and everything. When I smoke, it bothered me more.
All right.
yeah, it is. It's going.
Okay, Rat, you got that shout out,
I gotta get
boo.
ready to end the live. I had to get ready to go pick Josh up.
Thank you,
from
Miss Tiffany.
Basketball game at his school.
Hey, Alexis.
Make sure he didn't leave.
Get off that.
Did y'all open that closet?
And it's Gigi.
Can I? I think I'm gonna eat a couple of chips or something. No.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing.
But yeah, I'm finna
That's all I've been doing. I got up this morning, took King to school. I went to Walmart to try to get a little bit of air in and get out the house, but as soon as I walked in there, I had to walk right back out. I got to feel it even worse. Man, the gas is at home ain't been touched. It's been a couple days. It ain't been touched.
And blessings.
And then when you do light it up, girl, it ain't gonna take much or nothing. It's probably gonna make you so dizzy.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
She want to go to the moon and back.
Appreciate it, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Marley
I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow.
On YouTube, man. Make sure y'all go over there and subscribe.
TikTok. I mean YouTube.
I gotta get ready to get up out of here. Pick the kid up from school.
So fun. Yes, I love my
Thank you.
work.
Thank you. I hope you have a good night too. Is that the book I gave you?
Someone said, I know the chair is comfortable.
Yes, sir. Yes.
No, Jazz, this is a sick cough.
So much, man.
Bro, you got goulash.
Look, I ain't know they do this now.
This is sick cough, Jazz. I wish it was the Kush cough.
What you eating up?
I had
potatoes.
It lowered my
And Gigi.
because it said it wasn't the live wasn't for kids to view.
Mia, don't it come on Thursday? It better come on Thursday.
Man, let me go.
Where my egg go?
Tizzy, what you eating up?
Yeah, this probably like the third day I done been like this. I'm praying to God I wake up in the morning, nose better, throat better.
You gotta go get her.
It gets off at 9.
Hopefully I don't poop as much. My cough gone.
It takes forever to get over there. Bro, it's 9 o'clock. Meaning 8:30. Takes me less than 15 minutes to get to a job.
Here's the whole page. Hi.
Good debate, you guys.
Yeah.
I knew I smelled something.
Yeah, Jazz, he did.
Like,
I actually thought he was gonna cry.
Isaac thought what gonna happen?
Huh?
Oh, I thought something happened.
What's a medicine ball? What's in it?
It helped me. You know how you be. But I don't know. This is like a tea they got.
I can't wait till my show comes back on.
She sure did, Jazz.
What?
What?
I did what?
Got all of us sick.
No, Jonae was the first one sick.
See?
It was Jonae, then Lena, then me,
Go.
then Juan,
Go.
now you.
Okay, Wanda, you have a
What
good
are you trying to
night.
get?
You said what?
They give him something out that cabinet because he's in there.
Can you bring me the barbecue chips in there?
Mia, I don't remember. I know she was 3 months old. But knowing her, she probably didn't.
Who?
Ask me, did Briasia cry when she got her ears pierced? Yeah, I'm gay. How you know?
Why would you say that and you not?
Girl, if people gonna get on there and say stuff like that.
That's a mistake.
Or simply was it acting when she gave like half. I'm being.
Okay, you guys.
I gotta go to deal with
Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscription to the YouTube channel. My Dysfunctional Family. We will definitely. That's where we go live at every day, and we have debates. Not every day a debate, but we live over there every day. But
You sure live smart as a doorknob.
No.
You love men, Austin?
America.
Me too, honey. Right, Tiffany, come on, come on. You can't go home. You gotta go get Liza.
I know. Afterwards.
What the hell, me? I can't.
What is wrong with popping?
What is wrong with popping?
It's
This boy.
You want that attention?
That ATC.
Jazz, they love that chicken. Do your new dance again.
Right.
what? This?
That ain't new.
No, that ain't the Dominique.
That's the only dance he know how to do.
No, he got a new little turn and twist to it.
That's the only dance I see him.
See?
He don't know how to do that.
I like this, Tasha.
I know they was crack up like them dancers. That's
Hey, who gives a crap? I still have mad swag.
boy now.
This boy said
No,
he
you're
got
not.
back. Like, I can't.
Right.
He got all the swag.
Thank you.
You welcome.
Only you the one that think that though.
Remember, you act like I can't pull
You're
girls.
the only one that thinks that.
Mm-hmm.
There she is.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You still alive.
I was trying to listen. Okay, well, y'all, I got to end the live. How you say it, Lena?
He gotta go too.
Oh, she got a mouth full right now.
You gotta go.
You.
Yeah, bye.
Who?
You run your mouth too much.
You gotta go?
Ooh.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, y'all, we got to go. Y'all, if I'm feeling better, I'm gonna go live tomorrow and talk to y'all.
That's salty.
Don't eat them things, girl.
They said how one make the beat and still off beat.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or they ain't got no rhythm. You still alive, ain't you?
Mm.
Can't get in line to save her.
Oh, okay, y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. See you later, Mia. Gigi boo.
Yeah.
But that's not the first test.